We're gonna play a game. First, I want to finish this. I was working, so I missed the live stream for the video, the new chapter. So I want to finish this real quick. I've got another 40 minutes that we'll watch together.
It creates an AoE that lasts about 15 seconds. And if a survivor walks through it, you get Killer Instinct on them for a short period of time.
So
if you hit a survivor with it, it kind of gets lodged in their back.
He was talking about how he didn't know
kind of
the
have
lore.
an axe lodged in their back.
Just a little bit. So they can remove it manually, or they can do it quicker in co-op with another survivor. As Springtrap, you can also retrieve it yourself if you get in close. You can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking them up. You get in close to the survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, you grab the axe and the survivor at the same time. Ooh. You get a cool little jump scare, and then you're carrying them on your shoulder. A couple of little notes. One of them is while you have your projectile available, you move at 4.4 meters per second. There he is.
There's a little glimpse of some jump scare action.
But once you've thrown the axe, you actually move at 4.6 meters per second. Ooh. Something that we've never really done base kit for Killer.
When you get rid.
It makes for some really interesting tactical choices, meaning that you have to recall the axe manually. It never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the map, because you can make a mistake. But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall it.
So it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that brings us to another unique part of his gameplay, and I think super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's, the security office. So let's get into that.
Yeah. So it was really important for us to give the killer and the survivor a really kind of interesting shared experience in that space, which allowed us to also lean into the jump scares. And some of the ways we came up with was to introduce a security office, which is part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part of his power, but it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns. Okay. And these can be used by survivors or killers to teleport around the map.
Yeah, there be a door.
There it is. And survivors can also use them for surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings up the camera view. You'll get the kind of iconic map view in the bottom right of all the different cameras. On the bottom left, you'll see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see something that, if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button, your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of like a hands-off, almost like a theme park experience where you see this first-person view going through the office, which is really cool.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah, exactly. And as a survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap through a camera, if you train your camera on him for a few seconds, he'll be revealed for a little bit for the whole survivor team.
And what about if, what if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
Yeah, so since they can both use the doors in the security office, we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So if a survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those 2 doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Ooh.
Oh, scary.
Awesome. I love all the little touches that the team has planted in there like that. I think the fans are really going to love it, including this. You mentioned the battery. Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how's that work in DBD?
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras. We didn't want players to just be the man in the chair and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit. Using the teleporter to move around the map takes off a big old chunk in one shot. And then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery. So if the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they shut the security office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this
Right.
chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around and do whatever he wants.
Dangerous. Fantastic. But what about disabling the doors?
Yes.
Yes.
So to go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing with their axe, that door and the camera becomes unavailable to survivors. They can't use it to teleport away. They can't teleport to that
whole
door,
time, or?
and they can't see through the camera that's been disabled.
Got it.
When the killer
For how
retrieves
long?
it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out, but I
as
don't
long as
want
the
to be
axe is in
revealed
it.
or seen. You can disable the door, move around, use it to fake the survivors out.
Got it. But it's
Yeah.
not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been retrieved.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right. Cool. Okay. So speaking about moving around the map, which
Yeah.
it sounds like we have a new exciting way to do that.
That's very
One
exciting.
of the coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map. Freddy Fazbear's
It's like
Pizza is
Alien,
now
but
a new
for everyone.
map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm. So what can you tell us about the map?
Yeah, so the art team and the level design team, much like me, they did a ton of research, and like I don't say this just because we're doing the stream here, but it's becoming one of my favorite maps. I love it so much. In the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay, their team really wanted to make sure that they did the same when it comes to things like Easter eggs and scares around the map. So it really pays off if you're kind of an exploratory player a little bit.
Amazing. So are there some
Cool.
areas
I
that you
love
want to
it.
shout out that Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of the kind of the iconic areas from the game. But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool. And we wanted to kind of add a little bit more space to allow for more dynamic chases and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course, with the full animatronic band on stage. It's very cool. And we have the arcade, which is, it's all very kind of creepily decorated like a birthday party. And, we have areas like the kitchen and even the mechanical room, which is cool. And
We can
yeah,
see a
there you
little
go,
glimpse
yeah.
right there, too.
yeah, so altogether, this should kind of feel like I guess a formerly working pizzeria. And, of course, since it's Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations are everywhere
Good,
to remind
good.
you exactly of where you still are and
You're
where
making a
you're stuck.
judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really going to love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super fun. And it looks really good, too. The art teams did.
I'm not a
part.
Five Nights at Freddy's fan, but, this is
But also
this
with
is
Springtrap
exciting.
wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
now. So one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're going to have a separate queue for this map specifically, which means you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally, in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria without having to hope that you get there. So it's going to be its own queue when you join
Nice.
the game.
That is nice.
Yeah, and that's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map. They'll have a
Perfect.
unique queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Perfect. Okay, how about some last tips
Yep.
for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile. As I said, it's super unique compared to other projectile killers. We've done something that really allows you to kind of pull off some pretty gnarly trick shots. We've seen some really interesting ones on our internal playtest. It's been super fun. So test that out, get used to it, and take advantage of the jump scares.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time. But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area. You'll get more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you so much, as
Thank you.
always, for joining us on the couch with your
Hey.
wonderful work and the fun stuff that you've planted in there. Soon enough, people will get to play around with it. I know you're
Yeah.
going to be glued to your Twitch screen for a long.
The final Twist. Like a masquerading.
Something to celebrate for okay. But one of the best things for Dead by Daylight that makes me really excited around this time of year is that there's always something to celebrate. And this year is no different. Because not only are we welcoming in Five Nights at Freddy's to the Fog, but also our anniversary event is right around the corner. So what better way to party and welcome back the anniversary event and get ourselves nice and warm by the fire than with Justin Banks?
Thank you, Dork. I'm really happy to be back with all you guys out there. It's another masquerade, another year where they dust me off, take me out of the locker, and get ready to talk to you guys about what is happening for this year's masquerade.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to hear how we're going to be partying it up in this this year's anniversary event.
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on, and it's a special one because, as I think you saw by the title just before, after 4 years, this is going to be our final masquerade. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, and the response to all of the gameplay, the cosmetics, the aesthetics have all been incredible since we got this party started.
What the heck?
So our final masquerade event is actually going to start in about a month and run from June 25th to July 16th. While we're sad to see it go, I mean, it was a really fun theme that we worked on internally. We've had a gas working on it every single year. But we're going to close out with one last big hurrah before moving on to something completely brand new for our 10th anniversary next year. So I don't want to hype, I don't want to tease, but come back a year from now and we're going to have something really special for you.
Oh,
I'm really
don't wanna
excited to see
tease,
what we
hype
come
and
up with.
teases.
But also when in terms of actual gameplay, when we're talking about the return of Twisted Masquerade, is it true that the team decided to work on fine-tuning what we've currently got instead of adding new things to the whole shebang?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few things that we're doing to really focus on the quality of life of the game overall. So you've seen, all of you guys out there, I don't even know which camera I'm looking at, that one. All of you guys out there, you've all seen how we're pushing for quality of life. We want to make sure that it's the game that, it's the game you guys deserve. You've stuck with us for such a long time. We're fixing long-standing bugs. We're adding features to just improve your overall experience. And we want that to translate to how we deal with events as well. So we made the decision to focus a lot of our resources on that quality of life and less so on adding to new gameplay features for
This is the
this
last one.
final
That
Twisted
makes sense.
Masquerade event.
Okay, so in terms of that then, what can players expect to see returning to the Fog with this Twisted Masquerade?
So returning, well, I can just summarize by saying all the really cool stuff that we've done before. Again, it's fun to work on this stuff year after year. So what we have coming back are the invitation powers that are super fun that you can collect as Survivor or Killer, and you'll have different powers to use their charges for as the match goes on. We are bringing back the Bag of Tricks that we introduced last year, which creates a random effect on the match, that happens based on the progression of completing generators, accumulated with whatever hook stages are at, to really keep things dynamic, keep it moving. We're also bringing back Father Campbell's Chapel, decorated, for the entire party, and it's still all the same decorations as last year, but we're signaling the party's coming to an end over there.
Down.
Yeah,
And
And I'll talk about the gameplay with Twisted Masquerade this year.
absolutely. So when we were looking at how quality of life applies to, let's say, the game as a whole, we're saying, well, there are some elements of events that everything from the event was really well received. We know people enjoy the invitation power, which was the remote hook power for quality of life to this event. It's really elements. We pulled back the curtain on our host of the anniversary that we've shown around in quite a few assets. We showed so less felt, so you won't hear her or see her as often, and then she'll just be with the masquerade fading away into the fog, you could say.
Oh, that's really sad that we're going to see her fading away, but I understand. At least we get to enjoy her while we still have her.
Yep.
So with this being the last hurrah, what does this mean for the Twisted Masquerade rewards and outfits?
So this is probably one of my favorite parts to talk about because when we see these concepts every year, it's amazing. These are so creative and fun to work on. So we wanted to use our final Twisted Masquerade as a way to catch up on all original characters who did not previously have a mask or outfit.
Okay.
So what you would see here is that we are adding masks for any survivors that are originals that did not previously have a mask. So we've got one for
nice.
Vittorio, Jake, Tori, Sable, Claudette, and Orella.
Boys look sick.
And then on the killer side, we only had one that's missing a mask, so we have a mask for Houndmaster. And then what we have to supplement that to keep 6 collectible pieces per roll is 5 killer anniversary weapons that look amazing. So for that, we've got one for Trapper,
Spirit
Nurse,
is awesome.
Huntress, Doctor, and Spirit.
I cannot wait to get my hands on that spirit one.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
god, they all
saying.
look so damn good.
So good.
And we've not left out 2 other characters because those are going to get the fully earnable outfits
Okay.
from the event. So we've got David King and the Wraith. So fully decked out, ready to celebrate the party. So with that, we're catching up on all of our original characters, making sure that everyone is able to dress for the party for our final masquerade, which I think is really cool.
It's super cool.
And one thing that we've started to do over the past few years is introduce what I'm calling guests to the party.
Okay.
So some licensed characters who are getting outfits. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, so stay tuned for Hollis's section after, as he shows you who is guest starring at the party.
Okay. And hopefully they've rolled a nat 20 on style.
Oh, maybe a spoiler there.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about this, myself included. I'm very curious. So when it comes to the time-limited Twisted Masquerade collection and the items, what happens?
So, as we've done for events and event collections in the past, like this one, we have it only available during the period of the event, and then when the event happens again next year, all of the previous iterations come back in the store. Since this is the last masquerade, what we're doing is going to be a little different. We have to adapt because we don't want these to fade away forever. So we are tentatively planning for these to come back in the store permanently at a certain point in the future, but we can't give
Okay.
specifics exactly when that is going to be.
Okay.
So when this masquerade ends, everything will disappear. And when we know when they are coming back, we are certainly going to be communicating on it. So players can be aware and they know when they can come back and get any masks they missed, or if they joined us later,
function keys are
come
so
in
dusty
and
'cause I never
pick them up
used
then.
them.
That's gonna be awesome, especially because like this time of year anniversary is like a huge thing for our community. So this is a huge win, I know. But also, aren't we doing something else to make this a little bit more special?
Absolutely. So I was talking about how we want to make sure all of our originals have masks or outfits to celebrate the party. Well, we want to make sure that all of our players have access to all of these originals too to celebrate with. So what we're doing is we're putting all of our original characters on free trial for the entire duration of the event. So if there's a survivor, a killer that you've not
I got 'em
played
all.
before, you've been
That sounds
interested
like
about,
some
pick them up, play them in the
bullshit.
normal queue, play them in the event queue,
Not ever.
really go
I have 'em all,
nuts.
though, so
And then
this part doesn't
if you
matter.
actually want to keep and keep,
Soon, but we're gonna keep it together.
it's going to go out with a bang.
Yeah, that'd be
Upcoming collections. Dude, when are they dropping The Witcher?
upcoming collections time, and you know I love talking
Show me
about
the Witcher.
collections, and
Show me the
here
Witcher.
with me to talk about them is a new phase, our senior live specialist, operations specialist, Hollis, the next couple of months. So welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
So Hollis, how about you go ahead and give us a rundown about your role real quick?
Yeah. So collection
Okay.
banners. So worked
Okay.
on a few of the collections in the
Okay.
deep and in that direction as I'll be.
Cards.
Okay.
That was actually one thing we missed to talk about in our last segment. I was just sitting down with Justin, where we're going to have badges and banners coming in as other things in the event. I'm super excited. But also, thank you for the Chrysalis collection. Oh my God, I'm a huge Chrysalis fan.
Collection is pretty cool.
But with all that said, like I said, I just sat down with Justin and they gave us a full rundown about the Twisted Masquerade when it comes to in-game earnables. But what can you tell us about what's going to happen store side?
Yeah. So just to mention, we have some really cool exclusive event rewards. We also have some exclusive store rewards for Twisted Masquerade.
Okay.
This time around, we have some outfits for the Lich Vecna, who's wearing
That's
his Masquerade
pretty
Lich outfit, as well as Baemar, who is wearing his masquerade musician outfit. And man, I wish I could grow a mustache like that.
It's magnificent.
Oh, it's beautiful. Plus, as always, all the masks and outfits from previous years will also be returning to the store. You'll even be able to find a few select masks in bundles for Killer and Survivor. And for anyone who may have missed Twisted Masquerade last year, we'll also have a bundle with rewards from that. So the start of the event, there might be, or the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter.
Okay.
On top of that, we'll be doing 25 to 50% off almost all the characters. And as Justin mentioned, if you find a character you like during the free trials, it's a great time to pick them up and add them to your roster.
Okay. All right. So, and as obviously, we kind of touched on it. Brace yourself. This is a bit
Love
emotional.
the guy.
But after this, the party
got
will be
super
over.
autism.
It'll be our. I know. But right before.
Chapter releasing, and along with it, the Five Nights at Freddy's collection. Now, as you know,
Show me
Game has
Matthew
not only
Lillard's
revealed
face.
one of the outfits at PAX, but we got a few more to show off today that no one's seen
I don't
quite
care about the
yet.
other ones. I just want
But
to
in
see
case you
Matthew
did miss
Lillard's
PAX,
face.
first of all, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Second of all, you would have saw that we revealed our Yellow Rabbit legendary outfit for our new
That's
Killer
so
Springtrap.
good.
This is an incredible outfit from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
I need the skin.
It features
It's got
likeness
Matthew
of
Lillard's voice in
who
it.
played William Afton on screen before the Springlock accident turns him into Springtrap. Now, this outfit has original voiceover from Matthew Lillard that was
Yes.
recorded just for Dead by Daylight,
Yes.
as well as some special voiceover and animations in the lobby.
Okay.
Yes.
I cannot wait to get my hands on that.
I
But are
need
there going
that.
to be other versions of?
Base Springtrap don't exist. For me, that's about to be base Springtrap. That's the only skin that exists for Springtrap right there.
Recorded just for Dead by
He
Daylight,
has
as
custom.
well as some special voiceover and
voice lines for
animations
him.
in the lobby.
Okay. I cannot wait to get my.
We also have a Glitch Trap, a legendary outfit for Springtrap. Now, Glitch Trap first appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Part of this collection, receive a Springtrap, found Springtrap, and Toxic for him. But we put our own twist on
that's
Toxic
pretty cool, though.
Springtrap to really make him our own. But that's not all. For the survivors out there who want to show their love for FNAF, there will be Freddy Fazbear's t-shirts available for all original survivors. You can buy them individually or bundled together.
This nice, cool, casual look, and I think because of that, it's why I love the next collection you're going to be talking about.
Casual is a great way to describe it because this outfit, this collection is simply called the Casual Collection. And as the name implies, it focuses on streetwear and casual clothing, letting us add more variety to characters portrayed in space-themed outfits. We finally gave them something more casual to show a different side
People
of
are
his
happy
character.
about that one.
Looks so good.
He's a handsome man, isn't he?
Handsome man.
Handsome.
That's pretty cool.
On top of Gabriel, we also have outfits for Tori, who will be taking a break from her cult robes.
That looks so good.
One I know you're
Interesting.
very excited about, which is Talita, who is getting some pants and escaping her shorts and skirt purgatory that she was in for a bit there.
Talita mentioned, yes, pants.
Thank you, Eric. We love pants.
Pants.
Chat, spam pants emotes.
They're all
Yeah.
tasty.
I don't know if those exist. And at the start of summer.
I cannot wait. I mean, especially because so I might be in a comfortable bringing
That's right. And since the artist outfit is
we got the Dragula
Huntress and a
skins.
legendary for the artist.
that's right. And since the artist outfit is a legendary
Cool.
outfit inspired by the Boulay Brothers
Artist
themselves,
gets,
buying that one will
the
get you
brothers.
an exclusive Boulay Brothers themed portrait badge.
Yes, can't. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited to get my hands on that. Oh,
sneak preview.
Sneak. Well, I mean, this is the best segue because we're going to be talking about a fan favorite returning.
Yes,
You're
that
gonna
is right.
get to
the
see
Waterfront
the-
Massacre collection is
winner?
back. And for anyone out there who does really wrong, and the Xenomorph. So Elodie and Aurella, Ace.
Did you say the Xenomorph's
and
gonna get swimwear
Xenomorph.
collect?
So Elodie and Aurella are both getting some sun and nice beach robes out into the moon. And then there's Ace, who is doing the
Dude,
same.
Ace
but
is
in,
looking
more-
fly. Look at Ace's swimwear skin. Dang! That's gross.
Ace
That's good though.
fashion. His outfit is something special.
Very special.
He's rocking a leopard print speedo and what seems to be a
Leopard
very
print-
short
that's
robe.
barely a speedo.
And
but
don't worry, to all the people out there, I can hear you typing in chat. I can
where's-
confirm this outfit is mix and match. So you can go ahead and make
Oh,
those
you
speedos
can
a part
put
of
those
whatever outfit
pants-
you like.
That's
if you want
so
to put it with
good.
the top hat from the Alice in Wonderland collection, you can. We're not going to stop you. That's called fashion.
True.
Finally, we worked closely with 20th Century Games on our take of an aquatic xenomorph. It's inspired by
Ooh. When he said swimwear for Xenomorph, I was thinking, maybe you give it a little skimpy bikini or something. That'd be funny. This is sick. Whoa. Aquatic
Kind of an
xenomorph.
anglerfish look, and we're really happy with how it turned out. It's very creepy, very cool, and honestly would not want to
That's
run that while swimming.
gnarly.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And you can expect the Waterfront Massacre Collection, as well as Ace's Speedo, to be available in the store on July 16th.
I already know a very distinct group of people that were playing nothing but Ace Visconti during 2v8, and they're going to be wearing the hell out of that. So choose your size. Collections that'll be coming into the fog. I'm super excited, and it was great to have you, Hollis.
Oh, thank you for
Are we
having
going
us.
to
It's so
talk
much
about The
fun.
Witcher?
It's so much fun.
Are we
So
gonna talk about
next,
The
I'm
Witcher?
going to be on the couch here with Eric for all of our Dead by Daylight creators out there.
A quick note, I did see people, they thirsting for whatever the Hattie cosmetic is. We just didn't have an image for it, I'm sorry. So please just stay tuned a little longer. At PAX a few weeks ago, with more details on the next, more details to share. So, they're an amazing, awesome, they're content creators.
Details,
Ships are gonna
details,
continue.
details.
How can I get into the program? So that's what we're gonna start doing. So for starters, we're actually gonna retire the name Fog Whisperers. So that crew remains in the stratosphere as the Fog Whisperer Pantheon. And we're rebranding it as the Dead by Daylight Creator Program. Yes.
On with us as pillars of our new creator group. So do not worry about that. And on top of the new name, actually, the goal of our creator program is to make partnering with Dead by Daylight even easier and better for the creators involved. We're expanding the benefits attached to working with us, and we'll be welcoming an even wider range of personalities and content focused on the game. So if you're a creator and you've always wanted to work with Dead by Daylight, now is the time to make that happen.
Yes, so some benefits that we're being explicit about that Dork mentioned include opportunities like access to live events, like PAX we were just at, giveaways for your communities, and new ways to engage with the game, like getting regular updates on major releases before anyone else gets those updates, and even be featured in our something other program. It's a program within a program, I suppose. It's a chance for you as the community, of you. What does that mean? But also a really cool thing we're doing at, we attended it last, including getting hooked.
And so, especially. So players have always wanted to know more information about their matches, and this website is going to be the key to giving you that information.
And what I should have done at the start of this, Emil, get ready. I should have said stats tracker and then air horn. So I'm going to try to stats tracker. Yep. Yes. We're in the 21st century. Stats are being tracked as far back as September 1st, 2020. That's just a limitation on the data that we have. So we're going back to September 1st, 2020. So you'll be able to see your own personal journey in Dead by Daylight. A random person just walked in the room, and all your milestones over that time. The team has been looking at it, actually approach you. Yeah.
Or one platform you play Dead by Daylight linked with it. You can also link multiple platforms with cross progression and combine all your stats from wherever you play the game. There's the general statistics page at the start where you can see your global stats like hours played,
Average blood.
super kill or escape rate.
Yep. And a
Let's
few
see
more
how
things you
fucking
might be
dog shit I am.
wondering about. The slightly afters. Some people,
Love it.
the things we've been making.
Tracker is something where, as Eric said, we're going to be building on. So there's already a ton in there that we wanted to make see
Something you can.
in the PTB. The chance to get off the hook early in the match will be removed unless you have perks or offerings that affect this. Deliverance and Wicked will stay the same, and their activation conditions have not changed. For example, playing for bulk
Right now. Thank you, everybody. Have fun.
Bye.
First I want to see what the new PS Plus games are
Your next time, son.
next month.
Co-pilot, what move should I have made to avoid checkmate from my dad?
You should have moved your queen to e5.
Yesterday, you couldn't see the move. Today, you see the whole board.
A lot.
Here we go again. Sony have announced the games for PS Plus Essential subscribers for the month of June 2025. Plus, they've also announced 4 more games coming to the PS Plus catalog and 2 more games coming to the Premium catalog. So we have a lot to go through today. Let's do this. First up, on the PS5, we have the reimagining of the Alone in the Dark series, with Hollywood stars David Harbour and Jodie Comer playing Edward and Emily, making their way through a spooky mansion filled with mysteries and survival horror elements. And as you can tell, we are in the 1920s. We travel through this mansion's grounds, picking up items which feed into puzzles, and then backtracking to open doors which were previously locked. It's essentially the same thing Resident Evil games do well. Alone in the Dark has a parallel story as we choose to play as Emily or Edward, and then once credits roll, we play again as the character we didn't select earlier to get the full story. Average review score is a bit worrying, 63 out of 100, so not so great if you trust reviewers. And the Platinum Trophy will take you on average 16 hours to claim. This is yours from June 3rd.
That's fast.
Next we have NBA 2K25 on both the PS4 and PS5, a basketball sim which drops annually. If you've played one of these over the last decade, the core gameplay hasn't really changed much, but the amount of polish over the years, iconic signature current gen, so on down the boulevard of stars,
never play no sports
other
game.
players online in one-on-one, the typical platinum time of PS Plus, but hopefully someone is a happy chappy with this. Grab it on June 3rd. Here's an interesting one, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, a cel-shaded single-player action game on the PS4 and PS5. We play as a member of the Bomb Rush crew and use bikes, skates and skateboards to get around the city. We can spray our tag and challenge rival gangs, all while avoiding the authorities. It has a lot of the same vibes to Jet Set Radio and Sunset Overdrive, and if you haven't played either of those two games, this is a great place to begin. The story is crazy far-fetched, with brainwashed police tracking you down and bosses who can take off someone's head with a well-placed throw of a vinyl record. All in all, this is a much-loved short adventure that takes about 8 to 10 hours to get the Platinum Trophy, and this one has an average review score of 81 out of 100 on the PS5. Will you try it on June 3rd? There's more this month as another Destiny 2 expansion comes to PS Plus Essential, again on both PS4 and PS5. But unlike the other games, this one drops on May 28th, which is literally tomorrow if you're watching when I release this video. The Final Shape. This one released about 11 months ago, and I reckon everyone knows Destiny by now. It's renowned for its smooth gunplay and fluid traversing to combine 6 more PvP maps as a free-to-play. As Palia, the cozy fantasy life sim, has finally arrived on PlayStation, and it's free and makes sense even in the stories to offers response, even more coming to PS Plus, but the rest of this video is dedicated to extra and premium subscribers.
Hey friends, this is Odds, and as we do every 3 months, it is my absolute pleasure to get together to celebrate the introduction of a new killer to Dead by Daylight. And this is apparently the most requested one. New killer to see. Okay. Wow. What do you think? Does this meet your expectations?
Wanna see the map?
Okay. That is a really cool starting animation. I know so little about the lore, so don't ask me any questions, but this killer is very interesting. Let's spend a minute just looking at the map a little bit, see what it's like. This is the same realm as the Greenville Square.
Yeah, there's a lot of outside. I thought there was
the outside is very, very similar, and I see it has some of the same palettes and stuff. And it has a shack, which is a recurring place in many of the maps. But let's see the interesting part, shall we? Let's have a look inside real quick, and I'm going to explain this killer and how he works really, really quickly. That's his attack animation. Oh, if you see this little tape, means there's a window here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know else.
There's apparently a lot of Easter eggs and stuff, but I don't think we'll find them so quickly. Wow. This is my perk, Phantom Fear, which makes survivors revealed. Oh wow. What's that? What's that guy with the yellow cap also in the game? Oh, he's playing Five Nights at Freddy, guys, with the security thing. That's really cute. Okay, yo, stop it. You're fired. Okay. Oh, what is this room? I don't know the significance of it. All I know is that there's like a really messed up experiment room. Oh, here it is. Oh, damn. Hate it when that happens to me. Wow. And the back door and the backstage. And I bet there's a lot to discover here, but it's about time. Oh, the little arcade. Ooh, entity claws everywhere. Oh, okay, Mr. Guard, can we drop this pallet? Because I'm sure something funny will happen. Can you drop this pallet real quick?
Bing, 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 bing.
All right, so what does it look like? Ooh, that's how he breaks the pallets. All right, so this is the normal attack animation. You just like stab and stuff.
Just a stab.
And we haven't seen him evolve,
Shank.
so let's see what he looks like real quick. And I'm gonna explain the 2 powers of this killer and how exactly you should be using them. Ooh, he looks down a lot compared to other killers. So this is a killer that has 2 movement speeds, okay? In DBD, there are 2 types of 4.6 meters a second, and then there are killers that are special, that move slower because they have movement abilities, such as the nurse or the hag, that typically move at 110. They're a bit slower. This killer is both. So when you're chasing survivors like this, you're actually a little bit slower. What you want to do is use your fire axe. This fire axe is a throwable item, like that, and it's very, very similar to hunters. You don't need to reload from a locker, but after a few seconds, you will be able to pull it back at you, like so. And it can actually damage and injure survivors. Now, if we could find our little guard, we are gonna try, oh, there he is. We're gonna try to damage him, like so. Pretty cool, right? And I could throw it again after I retrieve it and damage him and down him again. But obviously, we're not gonna do that. One thing that you can do as well is if you get really close to a survivor with an axe, you can straight up pull it out of them, but we might need our friend to heal. Do you have any methods of healing? Okay, he has blood to us. So we're gonna let him heal. But yeah, if you miss a survivor, you hear the killer instinct. In this little radius, you hear a killer instinct to let you know that. Love that. That survivor hiding behind something. Let's see his break animation. Love that. That has activated my bottom perk. Very fast after hitting an attack, I will recover very quickly. Very similar to the old Save the Best for Last. So that's pretty cool. The final perk, Haywire, is a little bit more boring. Here's all the perks again if you guys want to have a quick look. It just makes the exit gets regress. I think it's pretty boring on its own, very bad. But I am afraid that he actually might be really, really strong in some crazy endgame builds on certain killers. So yeah. Now, let's move away from the axe part of his power. Let's reclaim it and talk about the camera part of his power, which is really, really axe parts on certain. But I am a quick look perk. Maybe now there are one of the gates to come, and this killer can enter them, and then choose another one of the gates to come out of. Now I want to go back to main, so I think this is the closest one. Let's choose number 2. I press left control and I go through the security room and come out on number 2. And now I'm back in the main building. And if this gen pops, now my perk is active. And if I hit a survivor, oh, this also activates the animatronics. If I hit a survivor, I will have a shorter recovery. Oh, that was a lousy job you did there, dude. Sorry, he doesn't take criticism well. That's really cool. Now, one thing that you can do with the axe, by the way, if a survivor doesn't make enough distance and you catch up to them, can you run away? Yeah. Let's say what happens if I catch up to him. I can just grab it and immediately put him in the dying state. Normally, when you down a survivor, you need to pick them up from the ground. This immediately puts them on your back, and now I would be able to hook him and presumably kill him, but we're not gonna do that. Would be too easy on you. We're actually gonna test the Mori. But before we do the Mori, really quick, I also want to explain how the survivors navigate this thing and what happens if we find them inside the room. Okay? You're not getting the hatch, buddy. Can you please crawl out? Go from 6 to 5 if you can. And we'll see what happens if we meet inside, and then we're gonna Mori you, okay? Alright. Oh, wow. Alright, so wait there and wait until my signal. You go from 6 to... Hold up. Why don't we do this one? Yeah, why don't you go from 6 to... whichever this one is. 2. Alright, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, now. Oh my god, that was... He did not make his prettiest face in there. What do you think of that? Oh my god. It's time for the Mori now. Are you guys ready?
Mori.
I don't know which angle's gonna be best, but let's try it. All right, this is the gruesome part. Okay, look away, kids. Oh, Jesus.
Spooky.
Oh, no. Oh. Show it again? You guys want to see it one more time? We can see them, actually. No. That is actually really good. I really like it.
Cool.
Oh, we missed the teleport grab? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'll check if the recording is all good. We can try it one more time, though. Let's do the same thing, but this time we play as a survivor and see what happens, okay?
Yeah,
Okay, this time we're gonna see what it's like to play against this killer as a survivor, and we're gonna find one of the gates as soon as we can and interact with them. Now, survivors have a bit more to do in the special gates, because they can... Oh, that's his perk. Uh-oh. We're gonna see what... No, don't do it! Don't do it, Mr. Rabbit! Oh my god, that's horrible. Let's remove the axe. Oh. I think the lobby crashed, guys. So, these little cameras you can actually use... Ooh. She teleported somewhere. Can I use it now? Or is there a cooldown on it? There you go. Monitor cameras.
Oh!
This is really useful. Wow. Oh, and you can look around. However, there's a battery and you can run out of the battery. Oh! That's really scary. So if you do this, you actually reveal him to everybody else. But as you can see, he can disable the cameras by hitting them with his axe, which is something that you might want to occasionally do if you want to stay in one area. And survivors also need to... Could you please go to door number 2? And we'll go through it at the same time. I'm gonna go from 7 to 2, okay? Let's see if you can grab me and we can see what it looks like. Because we haven't seen that yet. Oh, battery low. Uh-oh. We need to wait for it to come back. Oh, it's back up. Okay, I'm going to number 2. Access security door. Okay, go. Is it safe? Is it safe?
Oh.
Oh my god, so that's what it looks like from the survivor point of view. That's very similar to the killer POV. So cool. Really cool. Oh, guy. It's pretty sick. Okay, let's see. Let's get hit by the axe, maybe? I'll make it easy. Oh. Okay, no worries. He can pick it up in a few seconds. Don't just injure me with the axe. I want to see the whole process from the survivor point of view. Okay. Ooh, you got a speed boost. Oh, you become oblivious when hit by the axe. And you... No. Too bad. Okay, you can just down me with that. Excellent. We're gonna ask her to heal us again, and he does this. Wow. Oh. I want to be in this area and I don't want them to see me. I could do... what is it called again? So let's check it out. Damn. Could I check him up? Alright. Let's see. I barely heard that. Alright. Do you guys want to see one more time what it looks like? Yeah. Ren, you... And I'll come back into it. Now. Could you disconnect right now? We're gonna see what the hatch animation looks like. I love to see that. Yeah, perfect. That's completely fine. Let's find the hatch and close it, because that also has a unique... Oh, there it is. Unique animation. Maybe it's cool. Alright, that's pretty vanilla. Alright. That works. The perk card. Alright, mount. Bunch of them on release, but unclick available. We can see the bloody ones. So, prestigious. Have a look at the add-ons. So we have not some time required for.
Oh yeah, what's the Yuri?
I counted more or less. That's right. So the area effect gain 10%, and if the survivors a yellow box ability, actually real kids will be strength or that. And all right, it's fun. Anybody wants to test that? I want to test that right now. All right, so we're gonna ask. How is this gonna work? What? Oh my god, he hit them! Well, how does he know which door to come out of? Oh, this is linked to number 2? And that one... So we just got super... Oh, we got super lucky. So, faster? Oh my god. You guys and the most wacky quality. Upon moving to a security door, windows and upright pallets within 60 meters are... We can try it out. Fast coin. Upon throwing the axe, your turret radius is copied to the axe until reclaim. You gain the undetectable for 10 seconds. This is probably pretty wacky and it's really funny. Let me see what it... I like this for 8. This grab, so 20 lot of little bees. The perk here. Pass. Perk. Actually just so happy. It's like about these so 9 could it go? I'm only explore yaks.
Hey. Thought maybe you would show the thing. Oh, there I am. Alright, chat. That's cool. That was exciting. That was exciting. Shnikes. Oh, you know we're playing on the fucking easiest, dude.
Nothing, once touched by the hand of chaos, remains untainted. You are under the dominion of the Ordo Malleus to assist my investigations into a world that has already felt that damned insolence. Graia has been under the close watch of the Inquisition since the Grim Skull War. The Forge world remains largely secure, but we have picked up concerning energy readings in the surrounding system. I have my suspicions, although we have not had sufficient time to pinpoint the origin of these foul energies. While most of the planet remains unaffected, it is my belief that rogue elements within the Adeptus Mechanicus may have been experimenting with a surviving fragment of Inquisitor Dro.
I just heard a lot of... Frick. Oh, what is the sensitivity? Yikers, dude. Just a minute. I almost content. Damn. off. Ooh, made it. Okay. I want a gun. Where's my gun? Okay, key. Oh. Oh. Ah. Okay. Weapon. Bolt gun. Oh. Nice. 200 contempt, what is that? Oh. Oh, easy peasy. I'm going to see what. Wiener. Icy wiener. Okay. Malam Kaido. That's contempt like armor. Ooh. No. Die. Oh, a shotgun. I have a key. Ooh. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! You didn't give me a gun. Oh, frick. Fire in the hole! Oh, frick! Fire in the hole! Got him. Secret discovered. What's the secret about it? What's so secret about this? Blow him up, dude. Are we the good guy or the bad guy? I don't want to make people explode, dude. Oh, I can dash into people? That's sick. Fire in the hole! Secret discovered.
Hold it.
What?
Why does it keep turning black every time I go to play a game? Siege. What the fuck? So I'm gonna get penalized so bad. It just keeps turning black.
You starting to try?
I'm gonna get so many penalties.
Well, test it in training. Yeah. secret. What did that do? He blocked my dash. Oh, good.
Yeah. Where the fuck? AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2 being enabled or a mismatch between your PS5's display setting and your TV. But everything but the game is. Fuck's an AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.
I don't know. I thought it was a PC thing. I got a fucking horseshoe in my gun. Oh, I'm getting. Got him. Ooh, a secret. I see a secret. Oh, that's close. That's just health. Heal yourself. Made a long scary jump. Or health. Do not escape the reach of my hatred. The Emperor's will be done. Ugh. Beast now. Ooh, it jumps. What exactly am I doing again? Oh, you gotta go right on here. Give me your contempt. Fire! Shoot them on back. Nobody. Got him. Where am I going? Down here? demands their life. You could have escaped with your life. You're crazy. I just exploded their balls. The streets are quiet. Too quiet. The stench of heresy about. Whoa. Sort of like a weird church place. Look at bad guys. Oh, what the hell is that? Demons! Demons! Got him. There's some of these demons. Is that a new gun? Shotgun! Frick yeah! A key. Oh, what's that? How do I get that? How do I get that? I want that. I want that. Yes! That was just contempt? Really? Man, this is like a shotgun. Hell yeah. Plus some Persians. Burn the hole! We're working with the demons. What was does that? Yeah, I'm badass. Playing this, bitch. Dude, this controller's last 5 freaking seconds. E. Come here. I don't have any nades. Nades would be good right now. I think those guys walk away from me, are they? Not bad. Go. Dead. Cogitating, I don't know what that means. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shotgun ammo. Die. Push forward. Flamer! Flamer! Melee doesn't like that damage. Flamer! Lord! Got him. Whip shred, dude. Where are we going? Down. Lens then. Whoa. Whoa, plasma gun. Oh shit! Flamers suck. Purged. Damn. Easy peasy. Only get the one secret. Shit. It just did it. That's it. One second, chat. Women. Am I right? What does it happen?
When you load into the game. So yeah. You fixed it.
Women.
How'd you fix it?
Women.
How'd you fix it?
Guys, I clicked one fucking button.
Thank you.
What the fuck are these little shits? More strength the better, right? Damn! Ugh! He's ugly. I get out there. All goopy and everything. Nope. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. What are those things? Nerdling. Am I allowed to say that? I hurt myself. Oh. Did I hurt myself with the thing. I keep shooting myself. Second time. There we go. Look at this fucking prom, dude. Golly gee willikers, Batman. Golly gee willikers, Batman. Golly gee willikers, Batman. I need help. I'm on 1 health again. Oh, fuck, you fucking frogs. Oh, I fucking licked my fucking nutsack, dude. Get rid of those fucking frogs. Fucking frog, dude. Oh. Shoot us. That was way trickier than it needed to be. Get some sort of health. These fucking frogs! Stop with the frogs! Frogs suck my nuts! There we go. Eat them. I'm gonna die. 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 Oh, the little fat fucking bodies. Fucking frogs. Get the fuck out of this level. God damn. Do we get any upgrades of any sorts? Jeez. I gotta piss. Oh.
The 6-year-old singing.
Huh?
He's singing. That's 6.
And the Bastion was lives. Stronger. Go. Oh. There we go. Onward. Push onward. Oh, we're on the other side now. D. Oh. What does that do? Engine's broken. I want to keep these per level. Nice. Oh, that's my power. Oh. Purge procedure begins. Oh, what the shit? Why? Easy peasy. Purging begins. Of course it does. Ooh-wee. Sure, overheating me. Oh, I did not know that. So spam it, but don't blow yourself up. Oh, right into off me. Ah. There's. Got him. Yellow key. Lucky. Those are to exterminate. Hiding away like a little bitch. Bwomp, 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 bwomp. Bum, 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 bum. shit. Main bay, I think. Yeah. 50. Alright. Damn. Die, bitch. Lord of change, more like a lord of bitch. Bitch. Oh shit. Ooh. Ah, shit. Oh, that was the first chapter. I'll let you hear real quick. kill, dude. Okay, get out of my way. Jesus. What a, shit! Oh, what? Really? So is a... Bastards. Isn't that the one I should be going for? Ah. Oh, we're gonna chill it there. I have to look into that one a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a little bit. Just look into that one just a bit. Yay. Alright. It's a fun game. It's a run and shoot, make them explode kind of thing, so okay, bye-bye.